Hello first grade and welcome back to October part 2. And last time I saw you, we made the fringes onto the cup, and a lot of you were saying in school, Mr. Price, what are we making? And I'm sure at home you were probably thinking, Mr. Price, what are we making? Well, today we're gonna work on the next part, and this is going to become a little owl, okay? So these little fringes are kind of as under feathers, okay? So if yours isn't perfect, or if it's lumpy or bumpy, or if you had a hard time, don't worry. You're not gonna see a lot of it, okay? So today, we're gonna start to create some bigger feathers, which will be overlapped on these little fringes, okay? So, you're gonna take your piece of paper, and I'm gonna move you down so you can see, and just fold it in half, and then fold it in half this way, so it looks like you made a little card for somebody. And by doing that, you're really gonna cut out 4 pieces at the same time, okay? So I wanna create the shape of a leaf to make his feather, and a leaf or a feather shape looks kind of like that, right? Now you don't have to go and draw like I did, but if that helps you, maybe you can have an adult draw them for you. But if you look what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my eyeball and cut out the shapes of some larger feathers. Now, again, some of these can be a little skinnier, some of them can be a little thicker, but I want you to practice drawing with your eye and your scissors, okay? So now, I have all of my little feathers here, okay, and they're larger, so I can go ahead, and if I want, and I think I'll do this before I glue them, I'm gonna snip the one side, and then I'm gonna snip the other side. Do you see how that created a little feather? Okay, so let me do that to all of my feathers, and I think what I'll do is I'll put them together like this. Let's see if I can get them to all line up. They're not going to be perfect because some of them are different sizes, but there we go. I'm going to grab a small handful. See how I grabbed a couple at one time? And I'm just going to cut some fringes. And if some get cut off, it's okay. There. Look at that. I just cut a bunch of them at one time. Let me do the other half here. Ooh, I dropped some feathers. Okay. There. And if you end up cutting 1 or 2, like I said, it's okay. There. And now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Elmer's glue and put a little glue on the feather. It's probably too much glue. I'll wipe some of that off, right? And I'm gonna start sticking the feathers on top of those little fringes. The fringes are there just to kind of give it a little bit of poofiness, okay? So I'm gonna go around the top of my cup and put some big feathers, okay? So wherever you think he needs a feather, start overlapping. Overlapping is when you put something on top of something. Okay? So I'm just gonna keep sculpting out my owl. And I love the big feathers. I think it really makes him look a little more owl-like, or bird-like, right? Okay. So let me use up all of my feathers. There. So I put a row around the top. Do you see that? And now, oh, I'm already out of glue. Wherever there's a part I don't like a bump or a lump, I can just go ahead tuck in a feather. Because this owl is 3-dimensional, which means you see all the way around it, okay? So you want to make sure that when you're making your feathers and you're making your owl, you inspect it from all the sides, okay? So now that I created the owl's body, let's put some wings on it today so it starts to make it look more like a bird, okay? So I'm gonna take another piece of paper and I just folded it again into 4 pieces, okay? And I'm gonna draw a nice big wing. Now you might try to make an oval, or you might try to make another shaped wing, but I think that looks like a wing. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut out my wing, okay? But because I folded it, if I open it, I really have 2 halves. Do you see that? And because I folded it in 4 pieces, I have 2 pairs of wings, and that's great because in case if I need that, if I make a mistake. So look at this. I'm just gonna go in and around the bird's wings, cut some fringes, right? Just to make it look like the bird's wing is feathery. There. You see how I did that? And now I can take some glue, put it on the back, okay? And now you want to decide where you want the back to be, and I'm gonna put it right here. So I glued his wings on, and now when I look at him from the front, do you see the little bird's wings sticking out? Okay? So, this dude has to dry. And what I can do is I can take some of that scrap paper from the wings, cut out some more I keep calling them leaves, but feathers, cut some of those edges to look nice and feathery, and then on the back of the wings, I can go in a little bit of glue and cover up the back with some more feathers like that. Do you see what I'm doing? So I'm gonna stop there today because you guys get the point. But what I want you to do today is to start making some bigger feathers and putting them on. And I want you to create the wings today, how I showed you in the video, okay? Now the little guy doesn't have a head yet. The head's gonna go on the top of the cup, but we're not there yet, all right? So you'll need some plain white paper, some glue, and a pair of scissors, and keep on creating the second part of the owl. And next week, when I see you again, we will do part 3, which is the little owl's head, okay? So, have fun creating, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!